Welcome to Missouri Sports Talk. I'm your host, Cameron Staley. Today we've got small school predictions, high school basketball, classes 1, 2, and 3. So let's go look at last week's games. Halfway defeated Doddville. That's a good win for Halfway. They're sitting at 13-3. North Andrew drops one at home to North Platte. They're kind of on a losing streak. They're sitting at 10-9 right now. Risco gets it done pretty easily against Cooter, 82-51. Brunswick, they put it on Hale, which kind of surprised me. Hale is a good basketball team. The Wildcats, they win 73-47. Prairie Home puts up 93 points on Pilot Grove. That is a great win for the Panthers. And Oshella, they beat Drexel in our Class 1 game of the week on the road, 49-42. That is a great win for the Indians. Class 2 scoreboard. Crane defeated Blue Eye 59-45. Crane sitting at 14-4. Lexington defeats Crestridge on the road 53-42. Slater beats Glasgow by 8 points on the road. That's a great win. I believe they are now 2-0. I think 2 or 3-0 against Glasgow. So they're rolling against them. Westran loses at home to Kirksville 55-40. Campbell, they defeat South Penobscot 64-43. This one surprises me. Campbell now 7th in the Class 2 polls, I believe. That's a really good win for them, and it's time to stop sleeping on them. And in the Class 2 game of the week, Eugene defeats Harrisburg 86-62. 86 points against the Bulldogs. That kind of surprises me. That's a really good win for the Eagles. Those are two really good teams in Class 2. They could meet again in the playoffs. We'll see. I have no clue yet, but that's it for Class 2. Class 3 scoreboard from this past week. East Buchanan defeats Maryville 72-47. Principia continues to roll. They're 18-0. They beat MICDS 62-49. Norwood, they beat Seymour 67-55. Norwood kept that number 1 spot in Class 2. Montgomery County, they beat Battle in our Class 3 game of the week, 77-48. This is a great win. Battle's looking really good this year. Didn't matter. Clayton Parker, 43 points in that game. Ash Grove beats Lockwood by 10 points, 64-54. And Dixon, a 74-35 win over Plateau. That is a good one. Let's go ahead with this week, Class 1 scoreboard. Marion County hosting Atlanta. We have not talked about Marion County quite yet. They're sitting at 8-4. I believe these two teams are in the same district. I think Atlanta will win on the road, tied 10th in Class 1. 70.5 points per game on average, allowing 45.3. Prairie Home, they're receiving votes in Class 1. If they continue to win, they'll be in the rankings in no time, as in 2 weeks when the new poll drops. 71.9 points per game, 58 points allowed. I think that they'll win this one against Calvary Lutheran at home. Bramer, this is another one I'll take at home. Jordan Haley is back for the Bobcats. They're sitting at 8-6. I think they'll start to string some more wins together now that they have Jordan back. Plattsburgh, they're an okay team, 9-7. But Bramer, they're scoring 62.8 points per game, allowing 51.7. I think they'll get this one done. And like I said, they'll start winning a little bit more. Chadwick versus Galena. I think Chadwick, being the number 1 team in Class 1 right now, they should get this one done pretty easily. They've got 5 losses, but they're all against tough teams. So I do think that they're really good. Green City is my Class 1 state champ pick, so I don't know if I'm going against Chadwick for no reason here or what, but I will take Chadwick in this game. I don't know necessarily if they'll be state champs and hold on to that number 1 spot in Class 1, but they're a really good team. 61.1 points per game, 41.4 allowed per game. Our Class 1 game of the week is Bunker versus South Iron. Bunker, I believe, is number 5 in Class 1. And South Iron is sitting at 4 in Class 2. I think South Iron is going to get this one done on the road. They're scoring 64.1 points per game. They're allowing 45.6 a game. And their 26-0 matchup history since 2008 against the Bunker Eagles, I think that's going to go to 27-0. Hardin Central versus Hale. Did you guys hear that? Something just Breaking my chair over here with my elbow. Hale, I think they win on the road. They're scoring 64 points per game, allowing 51.4. These two teams are 12-12 against each other since 2008. So this is an even matchup here. Matchup history says. And Hale, I think they're doing better this year. I mean, Hardin Central sitting at 9-7. Hale's 13-3, and they've lost against 3 good teams. So I think the Cardinals will win. Yeah, you guys are noticing in live time noticing a mess up. If you go back in the video, you'll notice that I left out the D in Cardinals on Hale. So it's the Hale Cardinals today on our video. That's my bad. Class 2 scoreboard, South Pemiscot versus Cooter. I think South Pemiscot will win this one. They're 9th in Class 2, scoring 65.2 points per game, allowing 56.8. The Bulldogs should be able to win this one at home. Another home team I'll take here, Schuyler County. I think that they can beat Scotland County. I've been a little bit down on Schuyler County so far this year. I think it's turned around a little bit for me because they continue to win. So 61 points per game, allowing 46.7. Give me the Rams. Campbell, I just said I'm done sleeping on them. I think they beat, I think it's Seneth. Tell me if I'm wrong. Seneth Hornersville. That's a really interesting name there. I won't explain any further. Campbell will be my pick here. 7th in Class 2, 67.6 points per game, allowing 55.1. Crane versus Purdy. I mean, Purdy's 12-7, Crane 14-4. Crane's a real good basketball team. I mean, I don't understand how they're not in the rankings. 55.8 points per game, allowing 43.3. They are 15-3 since 2008 against Purdy. Putnam County is hosting Green City. This is not going to be an easy game. Green City is 14-0. What else? They're tied second in Class 1. 79.5 points per game, allowing 41.6. I think the Gophers will win on the road. The Class 2 game of the week is Puxico versus Richland Essex. You know, Puxico 15-1, Richland sitting at 9-5. I believe both of these teams are ranked in their respective classes. I think Richland is Class 1. Puxico is 3rd in Class 2, though. They're scoring 67.3 points per game. They're only allowing 44.8. I don't think Richland's going to have an easy night. Give me the Puxico Indians at home. The Class 3 scoreboard, Thayer versus Licking. This is our Class 3 game of the week. These are two really good basketball teams. I don't think Licking's really getting the recognition that they deserve in the polls. I don't even think they're receiving votes, which is really dumb if you ask me. Thayer, they are 3rd in Class 3. They're a really good basketball team. They're 12-2. They have a legitimate shot at Class 3. Now, I am riding with Montgomery County. Principia, they're looking crazy. Montgomery County and Principia would meet in the Elite 8, so those aren't even two teams that can make it to the Final Four. So they may be able to sneak in there. So I think they win this game. I think they'll continue that run. Twin Rivers Royals, they're sitting at 12-6. They're playing East Prairie. I think East Prairie can win this one on the road. They're receiving votes in Class 3. They're scoring 74.3 points per game and allowing 53.4. West County hosting Park Hill Central. Neither of these teams are receiving votes because they're kind of, middle of the pack teams, sort of. Park Hill Central, they're scoring 57.4 points per game, allowing 56.8. Definitely a better team last year than they were this year. So they're 25-3 since 2008 against West County. So I think it's just obvious to take them in this game. Clark County versus Monroe City. This is a big one. Clark County, they're sitting at 8-8. Monroe City, 12-2. These are two solid teams. I think Monroe City definitely shadows Clark County, though. They're 8th in Class 3, 61.6 points per game, allowing 46.4. I think the Monroe City Panthers will win on the road. Dixon versus Crocker. These are two pretty local teams. Dixon receiving votes in Class 3, 66.4 points per game, only allowing 50.5. Give me the Bulldogs at home. And to wrap up the video, Lexington versus Knob Noster. The Minutemen, they are, I believe, 9-26 against Knob Noster since 2008, I want to say it was. but they look like the better team this year. I legitimately think that they are the better team this year. They're receiving votes in Class 3. They are scoring 62.5 per game, allowing 47.9. So give me the Minutemen at home. So that's all we've got. The upcoming schedule, you're going to see this Tuesday night. Tomorrow, Ethan Lipp, senior profile, Jay's baseball player. He is committed to Lincoln, so check that out. Wednesday night, I will be on the road at Webster Groves versus University City. I'll get home probably right before midnight, maybe 11 o'clock if I'm lucky, and that will be up Thursday morning. Thursday night, we will have large school predictions, Class 4, 5, and 6. What else? Friday, I will be at the Slater Wildcat Invitational, or whatever they call it, Slater Wildcat Tournament. I think it's the 44th annual tournament. I will film the championship and the third place game. The 4 teams left as we speak. They play tomorrow in the second round. It's Brunswick versus Pilot Grove and Slater versus Glasgow. So those are the 4 teams left. Those are the 4 teams that will be filmed. I don't know how those matchups will lay out. It's kind of seeming like we'll have Brunswick versus Slater in the championship game. I'm hoping that Slater makes it to the championship, obviously, because they're the ones hosting it. So that's all we've got for today. Stay tuned. We've got a lot coming on the channel. This has been Missouri Sports Talk. See you next time.